Hey patrons, so I have some pocket operators and they're very good, and I've wanted to use them alongside the puppets for a while in kind of a musical context. But it's quite tricky because, as you can see, the buttons are pretty damn small, and the puppet would have to be very precise with its stamping or pushing to be able to trigger the right button, and it's just a little too risky, especially if you're trying to work to a specific timing to get it right on the beat. So I looked online to see if there's a way to hack these buttons and to run them through to a bigger device or just a bigger button. And the main one I want to get going is this one here. This is the play button. So I looked on the back of it, and there are some kind of contact points that I was able to kind of sand out. But you can see it's very messy sanding that I've done. But there's a little small dot inside the sanded section that I've done, and I think that's the dot that you have to touch to each other, but it's kind of a bit too small really, and I end up soldering to the surrounding area as well, and it didn't really work. Maybe it would work if I was more precise or if I had like a microscope or something, but I don't. So I started looking at the front, and the contact points obviously come off these tactile buttons. So what I did was I got one of these things here. Now these are really cool if you're looking for some sort of or maybe making some custom plug with a certain amount of pins that's kind of a bit rare. Then these, I'm not sure what they're called, headers, I think, and they're a specific type of header, so you can plug them into them itself, really. So you break them off and then you can plug it into itself. So it's useful for if you want to create wires that you can then detach. So that's kind of what I've done here. So I've run off a bigger button, so a puppet pressable button, and in the end of it, I've stuck one of these headers, and on the other side, or rather on the pocket operator, I've soldered up this little part of the header here. So if I try and get this in there, sorry, holding the camera with the other hand. Now, when I press this, it triggers the rhythm, so the puppet can stamp on there when it wants to, and trigger the rhythm fairly consistently, and stop it when it needs to too.